Posting 5 times a day sounds absolutely crazy. Yeah, that's completely what I thought when I first heard of this idea and this concept that was rolling around TikTok, but I did it twice on 2 different accounts, and today I'm gonna give you all of the tea on what I learned. Hey everyone, my name is Dare Taylor. I am the owner of this channel called DareBearLive, where I give you the tea, the gossip, and some things that I've been learning about social media. I've been on social media for a very, very long time. Maybe not very long, but I have a lot of experience on social media, and one of the things I enjoy looking and learning about is analytics, and I enjoy following other creators who it's their job to kind of take the new terms of service, the analytics, and them communicate it to us content creators so that we can make the best content that we can. Now, I have done some studying on TikTok, and I follow a bunch of strategists on TikTok, and I even study privately with a strategist and have talked to them a lot about this weird posting 5 times a day sort of a trend that took over TikTok, and I'm curious as to why everybody was saying that this was the new way to go on TikTok and where that number came from. I even made a short form video talking about how I thought it was strange that all of a sudden all the TikTok gurus were saying that we should be posting 5 times a day, but I never found a piece of content on YouTube or on TikTok that said, I posted 5 times a day and here's what happened. At least last time I checked, there wasn't any. So today I'm actually gonna sit down and break it down for you what I learned posting on my 2 accounts. One that is called Taylor's Diary, that is consistently just posting of my cosplays and what I like to call thirst trap content, and my other channel called DareBearLive, which is more about my personality, my singing, my acting, my Twitch gaming. So like everything else that like men typically wouldn't follow, I suppose. For some reason they're on there. So let me break it down for you. I'm gonna take you into my bedroom so I can get a little cozy while we chit chat. Hi, sorry, I just wanted to have a moment to get ready and just chill for a second. So I bet a lot of you are asking why. Why did I decide to do this, and why did I go through with it, and how I got here? So there was this trend on TikTok, like I talked about earlier, that all the TikTok gurus, all the people who claim that they have really good TikTok advice, started saying that posting 5 times a day was the thing to do. Now this was around like January, February of 2023. So things were different then. I felt like it wasn't easy to go viral then. I feel like lately it's been kind of difficult to do really well on TikTok, but I feel like they were just trying to pump out that like, oh, if you're trying to figure out what you want to do or you want to grow faster, post that many times a day. And I don't know anybody who actually did post that many times, but that's why I wanted to make this video to kind of like show you what I went through. Now, on one of my accounts, Taylor's Diary, it is more catered to the male gaze, I would like to say. And my other account called DareBearLive is more catered to the female gaze. So I felt like I had my niche locked down on Taylor's Diary pretty easily, like I knew exactly what I wanted to do, AKA thirst trapeze with not a lot of thought, just like crank the content out, just make the content. And then on my other page, I primarily really wanted to focus on growing a female base and growing community. So I'm glad I took the time to figure that all out before I did this experiment, but I don't feel like I locked in my niche as well on DareBearLive. We'll circle back to that. So mainly the reason I wanted to do this was because people on TikTok, all the gurus were saying, post 5 times a day. So I said, all right, bet. Now here comes the difficult part, the preparation for making that many TikTok videos. Okay, so you have to do the math here, right? That's 5 times a day for 30 days straight, which equals 150. It equals 150 TikToks. Now, in my calculation, I wanted to make sure that I was also allotting for every day that I was posting. I might potentially want to film another TikTok or make another video just because of like new trends come up, new audios do really well. So I decided to go easy on myself and only film 120. That leaves 30 TikToks to the wind, basically. So that way, if I was about to go somewhere or there was an audio that was trending that I really wanted to utilize and put my own spin on, it gave me the freedom to create passively. Now, that's still a lot of TikToks to make. That's 120. And not only did I do it for one channel, but I did it for the other channel as well. So that means I had to make 240 TikToks in one day, which I didn't do. So here's what I recommend. If you decide to do this experiment, posting 5 times a day, I recommend doing the 120 TikToks in one day. That is one 10-hour day, which means you are constantly changing outfits, going to different locations, filming in different rooms, filming in different outfits, filming with no makeup on, filming with makeup on. Like, I highly recommend this batch filming formula because I'm not gonna lie, it was so nice to wake up every day, set an alarm for those 5 time slots and just drop the content and not have to worry about making that much content. Now, in my calculation, I wanted to make sure that I was also allotting for every day that I was posting. I might potentially want to film another TikTok. Felt like I did that 100%, like 10 out of 10, filming that way, one day, doing it all. So in the long scheme of it all, because I was doing it on 2 accounts, I actually had to take 2 days to film. So I think I did like one Monday, I did the 120 for the one account, because on Tuesday I wanted to relax and not have my brain be scrambled. And then on the other account, I filmed the 120 as well. And I also could recycle TikToks and pass them between the 2 accounts. But like I said, I tried to keep both accounts very distinct to their niche and niches. So I tried to not do that if I could. Here's where it gets tricky. And this is like my biggest piece of advice aside from batch filming. My second big takeaway, if you get nothing out of this video, is to make sure you have your niche down pat, because I learned the hard way in this experiment that if you don't know what you're aiming for, you're not really gonna get answers. Like I said earlier, my DareBearLive account literally is a bunch of different things on one account. It's kind of like me, where it featured my skits with my acting, my singing, and sometimes singing with the skits, cosplay, and Twitch streaming. So that's 4 different niches that typically people don't do all of those things. And I was just throwing things left and right and doing transitions and then doing cosplay and then doing skits. And then like, it was all over the place, where Taylor's Diary was no thought process, just thirst traps. So take that for what you will. And also don't forget, you not only have to film all those TikToks, but you have to edit them as well. So I spent the next day, I think it was Wednesday. Yeah, because I did film Monday. Wednesday, I edited all the videos that I did on Monday. And that took a long time because editing 120 TikToks was ridiculous. But I did it. I made sure I put them through CapCut or whatever editor you want to use, edit them the way you want them, put them back through TikTok. I made sure I did all the captions, the hashtags, everything. So again, I could go out and live life and just open my phone, time to post it, wait for it to go, contemplate your life choices, think about your cat, think about your mom, and then it would post and then I can move on with my day. I wanted to not have to think about the 5 TikToks that I made, but I will say I've never had post fatigue, and I had post fatigue. I don't know how or why, but I wasn't getting like gratification from the posting. It was almost like it was work to post them, even though it wasn't, but I digress. That's what I wanted to do, is make sure it was all set in stone so I didn't really have to think much about it. Now, the dates I conducted this experiment will change because TikTok's always updating their algorithm and they're always changing what does well. It's like one day you'll see a video completely blow up, everyone starts using the audio, and then the next day it's already flipped to a different audio. So this time frame was February 20th to March 20th. And at this time, posting 5 times a day was highly recommended. Now it's kind of viewed as spam, but it was definitely a challenge. I felt like it wasn't easy to go viral, but it definitely wasn't hard as it is now, even though that was only like 4 months ago, but it's definitely changed. My 4th piece of advice that I would definitely give to someone if they're gonna do this is to take a picture of your follower count before you do the experiment. I am an idiot and I didn't do it. Hi, yes, local idiot here, hello. Yes, my bad. Yeah, I definitely didn't take a photo of my following beforehand. I even scrubbed through my camera roll because I knew that I wanted to. For some reason, I didn't. But if you do decide to do this experiment, take a frickin' photo of your account, take the screen grab to make sure that you see the growth. I think that was the biggest mistake on my DareBearLive account, is that I didn't go viral one time during this. I don't know if my account got considered spam or something, but my account did not go viral. There was not a video that hit over 1 million views or anything crazy. Is that true? Hang on, I thought maybe there was one, but let me fact check. I'm gonna fact check myself. Fact check, because I can look at the dates. Yeah, no, I didn't. That's the one thing is that DareBearLive, I never had a video go viral. And to me, viral is like hitting 1 million views. It means like a lot of people have seen it. And yeah, it didn't happen. And I have my reasons as to why it didn't happen. But on Taylor's Diary, where I have my niche down pat, I went viral on the second day, second post, which was insane to me. It was a trending audio. It was the like, I hopped into the coffee shop. It was that audio. And it went explosive. It is on like, if you look at Taylor's Diary right now, it's one of the pinned ones because it did better than like my old content. So what does this mean and what did I learn? So what I learned from doing this experiment, before I tell you like the exact numbers of how much each one grew, is that I definitely need to find a more skimmed down niche on my DareBearLive, because it definitely hurt me to try so many different things on that page, but it also helped me because I saw what things did do really well and what things kind of didn't do so well. So it wasn't the worst. It definitely was an experiment. And I feel like if you do have your niche figured out, maybe try posting 5 times a day. See what it does for your account. See what it will bring you, because my Taylor's Diary account exploded. Like I said, second day of posting 5 times a day, second post, a million views on a post. It was insane. It was ridiculous. I don't know how or why, but it did, and I'm grateful for it, but it definitely is pretty interesting how that turned out. So what I learned is that you definitely need to have your niche established. Figure out what your niche is, figure out what it is, so when you post 5 times a day, you already have it down pat and you don't have to worry so much about it. Or if you decide you're trying to figure out what you want to niche down to, maybe stick to like 2 niches instead of 4 like I was doing. Like really scale it down a little bit more, make it easier for everybody. Number 2, I definitely learned that post times for my pages was irrelevant. I didn't stick to a schedule. I didn't stick to a floor plan at all. It just felt like post whenever is convenient for you and people will see it. When I did look back on Taylor's Diary, there were a couple videos that had over 100,000 views, but it definitely didn't start that way. It was a slow roll for most things except for that one that like really popped off. The third thing I definitely learned is that it's supposed to be fun. Like this whole experiment is totally supposed to be fun. And if you don't feel like you're having fun with this, or if you don't enjoy batch filming your content, I don't recommend trying this experiment because like I said, I faced post fatigue, which literally meant like as I was ticking down, like I was watching my drafts go from like 200 drafts to like 150 to 30. I felt myself sort of panicking because I felt like I was completely out of ideas and I was like, I'm running out of the experiment. Like, I don't know. I don't know what does well and I don't know what doesn't do well. So I highly recommend, if you do not like batch filming, I don't recommend doing this strategy because mainly it's better to have everything prepped and go into it rather than just filming 5 pieces of content a day. It's not gonna work. It's just, you're gonna wanna quit. So I highly recommend not doing that. Now, last, what did I gain from it? So DareBearLive was at about 450,000 followers at the time, and it pushed me up to 500,000. So DareBearLive did do a good job gaining new followers, but Taylor's Diary, on the other hand, hit over 100,000 follows during this experiment. So like I said in my little advice, my like bullet point advice was to make sure that you have your niche figured out. I think that was the biggest difference between the 2 accounts because I was posting at the same time. I would open up one, post, open up the other, post, move on with my day. So it had nothing to do with the times. It had everything to do with the niche. So if you want to try this experiment, let me give you a quick little wrap up, a, cherry on top of this, tie the little ribbon, just some quick things to consider before you do it. Yes, I understand that I just literally told you everything to consider, but let me put it in a nice format for you to understand. First thing you should do, plan a day to batch film your content. Plan to hit 120 videos, so that way it leaves you with 30 to fill in every so often when you feel inspired to make a TikTok. Second thing I recommend doing, taking a screen grab of your account so that way you can see exactly where your starting point is so you can count to the follower how many you gain on each account. Number 3, have your niche completely picked out. Make sure you know exactly what you're aiming for so you're not just throwing random things at the wall. You have a strategy and a plan, because if you don't have a niche, you're gonna grow, but you're not gonna grow in the right direction. You might gain more of a male audience instead of a female audience, or you might gain a female audience when you wanted a male audience, or an 18-year-old audience instead of a 30-year-old audience. You know, like really niche down, really pick the direction that you're going into. Number 4, have fun with this. Like, this is such a fun experiment to post your content and just see what happens, to like really live in it and have a good time with it and enjoy having a blast. And number 5, my last and biggest piece of advice, I would say, aside from having fun, because I think having fun is really important, is to connect with your audience. I would definitely be transparent about it. One of the best videos that did well on DareBearLive was me making a TikTok saying, today I'm gonna make 120 different pieces of content for you all. What would you like to see? And I just answered from there. So highly recommend asking your audience. Tell them you're gonna do it. Tell them that you're interested in doing it and go from there, because they will tell you exactly what they want if you have a good fan base. They'll tell you. So thank you all so much for watching this video. I know this one was pretty informative. I threw a lot of stuff at you, and I know it wasn't like the most exciting video, but I had a really good time doing this experiment. I am planning on doing it again in the near future once I can like collect a lot more videos. I definitely want to see what happens when I repost old content versus new content, just to see if the growth is different or maybe it does better. I definitely going to be doing some more experiments on my other channel, DareWears, so be sure to go check that one out as well. Don't forget to join me on TikTok on DareBearLive and Taylor's Diary. And also, don't forget to have a good day. I will see you, Dare Bear Cubs, in the next upload. Bye!